Yeah, I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I grew up on the place called Tinguá, Nova Iguaçu.
Boom! I mean, perfectly placed flying knee right on the chin. Finish it off with some good punches.
Very, very inside the jungle, almost, you know. We have tigers and monkeys and gorillas and snakes, and it's beautiful. They have waterfalls and stuff, you know. And it was really, I'd say, my family never had money, you know, and was poor, normal, just survive, you know. And usually we always trying to, we live when a baby and growing up, we live in different places because usually we look after the land for the people, and they let us to live in the land.
You see it there one more time, perfectly placed. I mean, almost arrogant in his confidence, yeah. But for a reason. I mean, he's something special.
Yeah, I tried to be a football player. I always play a lot of football. I was committed to sport. I play so many different sports. But you know, when you come from this place and nobody know you, nobody know your family, you don't have a opportunity to do nothing. Everything's hard. You have no car to bring you to the place, no money to pay the bus. Like, it's hard to invest in yourself when you have nothing to invest. So I always want to be some athlete, something involved with sport, but I just play on the street, play football with barefoot on the street, and that's it. I was to try to improve more and play as much as I can, but you never get the opportunity, and I find the opportunity on the fight, and I hug with all of my power, because when you have nothing and you have opportunity, you have to hug with everything and forget everything else and focus, because when you have nothing, you have a little bit of hope. This little bit of hope, if you put all of your energy there, the hope is gonna grow, put focus on there. And I have this on the martial arts. I saw that I can go through this way, and I'm here until today. I was 21 or 20 when I started Muay Thai.
So before 21, you never did any fighting at all, no?
No, really. I always play with my friends, a little fight. I like fight. I always like the fight a little bit, you know. I watch a lot of animes with fighting, martial arts movies, and fascinated by this as well. So I think fight was on my blood, but I never grow up with a martial arts, like learn something, you know. I just watch the moves and try to copy what they're doing, like because I find it's cool, you know.
And then, like, what made you think you want to be like a fighter? Like, what was it that happened? Like, is it just like something you've always known that you always wanted to be a fighter, or did you start watching the UFC or something, or what was it that actually
I never really think that I was born to be a fighter until I started training martial arts. I started training probably Muay Thai with 21. Then I really I started doing competition. I learned everything so quickly. Like the coach was amazed because I learned everything so quickly, and I like to do the moves, like everything flow. Then everybody started like, bro, you good, you have to compete, blah blah blah. Then I started competing Muay Thai. I think after 2 years training Muay Thai, or 1 year and a half, I started practicing Jiu-Jitsu as well. Then I get into the martial arts world, you know. After training 4 months Jiu-Jitsu, I started on my professional career straight. I didn't make amateur fights, so I started in 2014, my first professional fight. I was probably 6 months training. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu competition and Muay Thai competition as well, box. And after I started competing.
What happened in that fight, your fourth fight, with no amateur fights, just professional? What happened? Did you won?
I knocked the guy out in the first round. I was just savage since the beginning.
And how did that feel? You just knew then you had something, you knew?
Yeah, like when I started my first professional fight, I just feel like you can see my face. I just was like this. Like, fuck, this is what I want, you know? Like, I love it. And I just keep going till now.
Meu nome é Johnny Walker e eu sou o caçador de bônus.
Okay, so here he is.
He's wild, he's and he's a good dancer. Oh
Look
my
at
word.
this guy.
Wow.
I mean, okay, if anybody dances like that, then I'm fighting. I refuse to lose to that man.
And he's great for everyone in the team, you know. The way he talks, it's like he's a really good guy. And everyone likes me. likes him. And anywhere he goes, everyone like fall in love for this guy. It's not about who is him in UFC, but his person. Do you know what I mean? He talks like he's not like a UFC top star, you know. And it's just great, man. Like he's good friend of mine. You know, I consider he's a really good friend of mine.
Johnny Walker!
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. He just crossed there. Hey, I talk shit about you here, right?
What's up, bitch?
I talk how I beat your ass during your come.
Yeah, he said yesterday that he beat your ass.
Yeah, many times. Listen. He has.
Here we go.
He has good recovery. All right. So I still have these in my face, but
I'm like a Wolverine. He beats me up, but look, I heal up quickly.
Trying to draw Corey into his power. The guy's very creative and does a lot of wild stuff inside the octagon.
All the movements, all the hand motions, all that hides what he actually wants to throw because everything's coming from every direction, so you don't know what he's throwing.
So I want to be a good example for people, and I want to become more successful and make money, of course, because I want to help my family to have a sustainable life. You know, I want to give a nice house for my mom. She worked so hard to raise me, bro, so hard. She suffered so much. She was in deep depression a couple years ago, and I'm trying to help her, give her a nice life because she suffered so much all her life, and to raise me up as well. So everything that I fight for is my family, you know. My family is always on the point of my gloves, on my heart. So I fight for them. I want to give them a good life, and nobody can take this from me.
Just he get me on, I don't know which punch he get me, but you know, this division, any punch can give you a knockdown. So I just be safe, quiet, and take my time, use my jiu-jitsu to escape and start hitting. I know wherever I hit him, if I'm on the floor, if I'm on the floor, back on the floor, wherever I hit him, he's gonna feel. So he just start feeling my punches.
My next 5 years, I'm gonna be committed 100% on my career. I'm gonna train, eat, sleep, repeat every day for the next 5 years. I have to be a little bit selfish, think about myself, you know, and this is the just only way to become a UFC champion, and I'm gonna be. Imagine now that I'm doing 100% everything properly. I believe nobody can beat me. Today, the Johnny Walker today can beat any Johnny Walker was before me. So I'm more technical, more smart, quickly, stronger. And I know this is my prime now, so I just start my prime. So nobody can beat me for the next 5 years, I promise. The next 5 years, I'm gonna commit to myself 100%. Nobody gonna beat me. I'm gonna eat, training, sleep, repeat every day.
My mistakes, I'm trying to do everything properly. I'm very professional. I want to do 100% of my career, you know. So I'm ready. Now we're gonna see better and better and better every day, better.